back to the FOB! Now!
He screwed us! Seth betrayed us! He's taken Chris hostage. I'm sorry. This is my fault. I can't believe I gave him the chance to... Damn it!
Don't blame yourself, Reeve. You did very well indeed.
You bastard!
That's close enough! Someone might get hurt.
Reeve, I'm sorry.
What's your game anyway? What could you possibly gain by doing this?
You'll find out soon enough. All you need to do is stand back and watch. Okay, Virgil. Your turn. Activate the wormhole transporter. Destination. Base camp.
We cannot accept that order.
That's AI for you. You don't care what happens to this child, do you?
Activating transporter.
No, we can't. We can't endanger the entire crew just to save Chris.
Activating.
Good. Now come with me, Virgil. There's something else I need from you.
Understood.
Wait. Our actions in this matter have been irrational.
Just go along with it. We have to do what he says.
Been paying attention, partner? Meet me back at base later. Become one of us. If you do what I say, I'll release the boy. But you better come alone. If I see anyone else, I'll kill the boy right then and there. Got that?
You heard the situation, Captain. Get back to the FOB.
Why the long face, Chris? You scared of dying now all of a sudden? That stench. You're just like I was when I ended up here and gave up on living. That's the stench of despair coming from you.
You're right, you know. I won't live to see 20 with my disease. If you're going to kill me, you might as well just do it.
You poor child. But you needn't worry. Simply join us, and you shall despair no more.
You keep saying us. Who's us? You're working with others?
Indeed. We are everywhere. We are very well acquainted.
Don't tell me.
Yes, the Wanderers. But there is more. What you call the dust. That is our true form. A calm, sophisticated intelligence. Far more evolved than mankind. That is who we are. The Dread Dust!
Dread dust. What is that exactly?
We began as an invention of your world. Medical nanomachines. We possess the ability to absorb the properties of any kind of matter. But as our numbers grew, we started to develop new traits. Those of a colony. These included infecting intelligent life, producing a resonance effect, and generating energy. The energy you've been using to generate your wormholes. That is created when we coalesce and crystallize. Surely no one is more aware of our magnificence than you.
Oh no.
But Seth, unlike other Wanderers, a substantial part of your human personality appears to remain. Why is that?
It was determined that this would be the most effective avenue to achieve our goal of endless propagation. It certainly was when it came to bringing the majority of the Charon core into the fold.
How could you do such a thing?
Such a thing? Child, our physical forms have no individual intelligences of their own. Not in the truest sense. The dust has been dispersed into the atmosphere. We continually send and receive information with one another. This enables us to exist as a colony with one will and one intelligence. So you see, it is a wonderful thing. For when there is only one will, neither confrontation nor conflict can occur. There is no greater form of companionship. But sadly, there is hardly anyone or anything left in this world to join us. That is why we've turned our sights to yours. Our arrival will bring the peace mankind has yearned for 10,000 years, yet has failed to achieve.
That cannot be called peace.
You have been poisoned by the humans, Virgil. AIs like you two should be on our side. But it looks like no amount of talk is going to convince you. So we're just going to have to take the information we need.
What? Where? It, AI network intrusion. Anomaly detected.
Virgil! Stupid legs.
Don't you try to move. Finally! The wormhole control technology we've been waiting for! Now all that's needed is the power of Sahelanthropus.
You're not gonna get it!
What?
You're not gonna get it! Because the captain's gonna stop you!
Been looking forward to this, Captain.
You really think it's okay to let the captain go alone? I don't agree with this. It's like we're standing back and watching the captain die.
Okay, well, how about this? There's more than one transporter around there, right? Somebody else teleports in somewhere besides base camp, then goes in and checks out the situation first.
I thought of that too, of course. But I took a look, and all the transporters besides the one at base camp have been locked down. Seth must have ordered Virgil to do it. The way things stand, it's all up to the captain.
That's a real pickle you're in.
Hey, hear that? How'd you get in here?
Your security could use some work. A lot of work, actually. Of course, that's probably the least of your concerns right now. I overheard your little powwow. Seth pulled a fast one on you guys too, huh? What do you say I lend you a hand?
How?
I have a way to resolve your current predicament. I've got a transporter control program I prepared after the core was wiped out. Since Virgil had nothing to do with it, Seth won't be expecting it. Originally, I was going to use it to transport Sahelanthropus, but it looks like now might be the time for it.
Transport Sahelanthropus? For what?
To destroy the Lord of Dust, of course. That son of a bitch attacked us, killed a bunch of us. Thinking back on it, I bet you Seth was responsible for that. He tried to split us apart all along. Sahelanthropus's railgun is the only thing left in this place that can damage the Lord of Dust's shell. I was gonna use it myself. Maybe help the others rest a little easier, you know?
Setting aside whatever you have planned, we'd be grateful if you'd let us use this program.
So who's gonna go with the captain?
I'll go in ahead, check things out. If everything looks good, I'll get as close to base camp as I can. Once I'm in position, Captain, you distract Seth for me. Then I'm gonna put that bastard down. We gotta save Chris. And Virgil, of course.
Reeve? Please be safe.
This is Reeve. I've arrived near base camp. Come on through when you're ready, Captain. He won't know what hit him.
So you've decided to join us? Very well. We welcome you. Don't be afraid. Soon, you will know. Know just how very small and lonely human existence has been. Join us. Paradise is here. Come with us.
I'll be here to back you up, and it's a privilege to do so.
Seriously wounded. Now finish him off, for his sake as well as ours.
Captain's awake.
Captain, try to remain calm as I update you. After you lost consciousness, I did a full examination on you. It is apparent that the unknown life form, the dread dust, which was inactive within you, has been reactivated through contact with Seth. At this rate, in the not-too-distant future, you will likely turn into a wanderer. There is only one way to stop the infection from spreading, and that is to destroy the Lord of Dust, the source of all dread dust.
Seems so.
I say we kill this captain. Or at least we should lay a strict watch.
Hey, now hold on. The captain saved all of us. If it wasn't for the captain, we would have been dead a long time ago. We can't just...
You want to see someone you care that much about turn into one of those things?
I don't think we need to eliminate, or even lock up, the captain.
Why do you say that?
Because I believe in the captain.
Well, belief isn't gonna stop an infection. If we do let the captain continue to lead us, we need to establish how much time we have.
In that case, I can present a figure. The captain has 12 days remaining. The same amount of time it will take the infection to overwhelm me.
You're infected? Why didn't you tell us?
Allow me to explain this part. At one point, while I was participating in the Karen Corps' mission, I became infected with the dread dust, and it began to spread within me. At that time, I temporarily quarantined all of my networks to protect myself. I rewrote my programming to enable infected areas and non-infected areas to function independently. As a result, my awareness was divided into two, and this personality was born.
Why are you only telling us this now? Did Good Luck orchestrate this confession too?
No. Like the captain, when we came into contact with Seth, our countermeasures were disabled, and the dread dust began to spread once more. This resulted in my independent networks being rejoined, and my records of the Karen Corps' mission were restored. At the same time, I was able to access all information Seth, that is, the dread dust, possesses. Everything has been revealed to me. Dita does not exist in a dimension separate from your own. This is your world. This is its future. This is Earth in the 22nd century. Everything exists within a single timeline. Beginning several decades after your lifetimes, the world has been destroyed over and over. The cause of this time loop is the monster we know as the Lord of Dust. The Lord of Dust appears to be an aggregate of dread dust. To satisfy the dust's instinct to propagate, the Lord of Dust uses a wormhole to travel to the past, where it assimilates everything it can, thus destroying the world. Continuing to exist in that world, the Lord of Dust then travels back to the past through another wormhole, repeating the process. In this way, the world is trapped in endless cycles of destruction. From analyzing the memories of the dread dust, it appears its origin can in fact be traced to the invention of medical nanomachines. However, how many cycles ago the dust emerged, that is unclear. The only way to stop this process is to destroy the Lord of Dust. Fortunately, of all the temporal axes in which the Lord of Dust exists, the one in this time is the weakest in terms of its energy stores. Given the state it is in right now, if we use Sahelanthropus's armament, namely the Archaeoblades and the Railgun together, it is theoretically possible to destroy it. However, The destruction of the Lord of Dust will have one negative effect. Assuming the cause of all loops is the Lord of Dust, there is an extremely high probability that its destruction will mean the coordinates for the wormhole connecting this time and your time will no longer be valid. In other words, destroying it may mean you will never be able to return to your time.
No.
But please, you needn't worry. I won't let that happen to you. If you prepare the weapons for the attack, then once you have all traveled through the wormhole back to your time, I can destroy the Lord of Dust myself.
But in that case, you'd be trapped here forever, wouldn't you? Virgil? Virgil!
Massive gravitational anomaly detected. Oh my. My presumption is, this is the Lord of Dust itself preparing to generate a wormhole for time travel.
At some point, it will likely come to attack our base of operations. That is, base camp. As currently, our presence is the one thing that can stop it from achieving its goal. Estimated time of attack is 11 days from now. Exactly 1 day before the infection will overwhelm the captain and me.
You must finish your preparations to intercept the Lord of Dust before then. The railgun will only require some standard repairs, but the issue is the other weapons needed to strike at the Lord of Dust, the Archaea blades.
The greater part of these weapons systems are dependent on the actions of a special group of organisms called the metallic archaea. However, these metallic archaea have had to alter their composition in order to survive in an environment now full of dread dust. Therefore, the archaea blades cannot function with their existing control program. So with the metallic archaea having adapted in composition, in order to use these weapons, we're going to have to modify their control program.
That won't be a problem. Other members of the Corps were working on that. Looks like all the time we put into Sahelanthropus wasn't a waste after all.
Where are they right now? Sorry. That was thoughtless of me.
It's alright. They got taken out by wanderers. I was away working on something else. I know where they were. I'll pass on the information to Virgil.
Okay, let's move on to final preparations. Craft the Archaea blade trap. Finally, the big showdown. Is everyone ready?
Are you sure we should be doing this? Is it right for us to be returning home like this if it means letting Virgil make this sacrifice after helping us get to this point in the first place?
I appreciate your concern, but my mission has been to support you. Please, do not worry about us. You should return to your time.
I agree with Miranda. While I was working on the Archaea blade trap and doing some circuit tests with Virgil, I realized something. Their infection has probably progressed more than they realize. At this rate, it may affect their ability to control the trap. Someone needs to stay behind to help them out.
That won't be necessary.
Actually, after running a systems check just now, I think Chris may have a point. Currently, the odds of operational success stand at approximately 9.3%.
See? I'll stay behind. I know more about programming than anyone here.
Now hold up. If that's the situation, I'll stay. I lost everyone in the core. I didn't care if I made it back. The only thing that kept me going was getting a shot at burying that thing. And I'm no Chris here, but I'd still know more than a thing or two about machines.
That does it. I'm staying too.
Have you lost your mind? How could you possibly contribute under the circumstances?
It's true, I don't know much about machines, but I thought, you know, maybe an old-timer like you might need his back cracked or something. I don't know.
Oh, for the love of...
I'm serious here. You guys mean a lot to me. Everything we've been through. No way I can leave any of you behind while I take off like that. I'll be your errand boy, whatever you need. Just let me help out with this too.
Well, I can hardly leave now after that either, can I? Of course, I'd been wanting to stay behind since the beginning.
You guys are serious about this? From that expression, looks like you feel the same way, huh, Captain? Damn it. Virgil, what are the odds of success now?
Now, the odds of success stand at 96.6%.
Let's make that 100%.
So you let me?
No, Chris. You're going home.
Why? I'm one of you guys too.
And for that reason, you have an important mission.
What's this?
A device containing data on the wormhole technology. Truth is, I was planning to take it back myself. And one day we'd find a way to rescue you and everyone else who was still here. Unlike these guys, I don't plan on spending the rest of my life here. Someday I will make it home. I place that hope in you, Chris. You're the smartest one here. I'm counting on you. The future is in your hands.
Okay.
Capturing the Lord of Dust will take some time. But our other enemies won't remain on the sidelines during this process. Expect Wanderers to attack. Once you're fully prepared, access the wormhole digger. Everyone, I want to thank you for your help. All right, commencing operation. Generating wormhole.
You want to rethink this? Now's the time.
You wait until now to say that?
Can you two lovebirds save it for later?
Same for you and your lectures, old man. Okay, everybody ready?
Here it comes!
Is a success. Now everyone get back to Mother Base.
Blade trap until it has captured the Lord of Dust.
It's do or die here. We'll do everything in our power to back you up. If the trap is destroyed, the world's cycle of destruction will only continue. It's all up to you, Captain.
And time is of the essence.
You're almost at the defense target.
Expect wanderers on a scale we've never seen.
But I believe in you, Captain. I know you can do it. Anticipated, Wanderers have started their attack. Defend the Archaea Blade trap. Activating the defense support ability that Chris prepared for you. You must protect it. Second wave incoming. We're past the halfway point with the trap. Hang in there, Captain. Activating the defense support ability that Chris prepared for us. You must protect it. Your life is dangerously low. However you do it, please heal yourself quickly. heal yourself quickly. trap is under attack. final battle. Let's go.
Dread dust infection has surpassed 70%. I can no longer acquire the target by myself.
Captain, you'll have to do it for us.
Aim for where its shell is thinnest. That's where it's the weakest.
The railgun takes some time to reload, so keep that in mind.
Just a moment. I'm still getting energy readings from the Lord of Dust.
It's doing something! Look! That wormhole!
What's going on?
Everyone, listen up. There is only one way to defeat the Lord of Dust. After running an analysis on the phenomenon we've witnessed just now, one significant problem has come to light.
The Dread Dust didn't begin their existence as organic life. Therefore, they have no concept of death. They began as nanomachines. As long as they have no concept of their own death, they will not cease to function. This appears to be the reason why it has been impossible to destroy them.
I'm just gonna ask you point blank. Is there really a way to beat this thing?
Yes, but before I elaborate, please listen to this.
We don't have time for this shit.
We don't have time for this shit. I can almost hear Reeve when this message starts. I can empathize, because I'm sure you're still in the middle of the battle. But I need you to listen to me. This really will be my final message to you. Consider it my last will and testament. First of all, Reeve, before I continue, I have to apologize to you.
We really don't have time for this. Captain, try hitting it with the railgun again. We can't!
I let you down. I spent 30 years trying, but in the end, I couldn't get you out of that place. Please, please forgive me.
Let me down. No. You're Chris.
I remember it like it was yesterday. That day, 30 years ago. When the captain got me to the wormhole above base camp and I made it home. But I couldn't have expected what happened next. Instead of going back to 1980, I ended up in Philadelphia in 1943, in the skies above the USS Eldridge. Wardenclyffe section hadn't been around that long, and this was their first full-blown test of the wormhole teleportation. And so I, descending from the skies, became the greatest achievement of the Philadelphia experiment. For the next several years, I was the section's little plaything. But over time, I rose to the rank of researcher and gained more influence in the section. And what supported my research was the device that you, Reeve, gave to me. I quickly became one of the leading scientists in my field. But most of my work was simply me recreating what I'd seen on the device. It wasn't because I was smarter than anyone else. I discovered absolutely nothing. But I was fine with that. I wasn't after fame or fortune. I wanted to atone for what I had done to all of you, what I had done to the world. Thus, the gates of hell were flung open. Though my own personal hell wasn't D-Day, but back here, in reality. For 30 years, I have sacrificed everything to prepare. All these preparations for this one fleeting moment. When you hear this, the Lord of Dust will likely have already opened his door to the past. Captain, it's all up to you and the others. History, the survival of mankind, depends on whether or not you can pull this off. I'm counting on you, heroes without names. The future is in your hands.
That is Good Luck's final message.
Chris.
Virgil, tell me something. How do we destroy this thing?
There is only one way.
I must become one with the Lord of Dust and reveal the concept of death to all dread dust.
Once this has happened, fire the railgun at the Lord of Dust and me.
Seth, a human being, understood death, the dread dust that infected him. Because it was so dependent on the properties of its host, when Seth's body was destroyed, so was the dust within him. I will do the same thing to the Lord of Dust.
But Virgil, if you do that, you'll...
I am ready for that.
Do you even understand what death is?
At the very least, I have developed my own interpretation of it.
I have spent a long time with the Karen Corps, the Captain, and all of you. Journeyed with you, fought alongside you. I have realized that your existence is fragile and fleeting. And while the dread dust was eating away at me, I became aware of a concept, an aversion to my existence coming to an end. This could even be called fear. Existence is finite, life is precious, and death is sorrowful. Captain, is my understanding correct? Then I think we have a plan. This truly will be the final battle. The meaning of life, the reason for death, the value of existence. I will teach these to the dust. I will teach them everything I learned having to survive in this world with all of you. I am ready to do this.
We leave the rest of the work to you.
There is no more time.
Goodbye, everyone.
I designated myself as the target. You must do the rest. I truly enjoyed the time we spent together.
You're not alone. Whatever the pain, we'll get through it together. You can do this, Captain. Back to camp. Let's go home.
Operational Support Program, Virgil AT-9, reboot complete. Revealing the concept of death to the Lord of Dust was a success. However, I myself survived the process. Though the destructive power of the railgun was extraordinary, as you can see, it didn't destroy me. It appears my body was built with the same materials used to construct nuclear blast shelters. According to my analysis, it was designed this way in case of nuclear war. This was quite a surprise. Also, the dread dust that had infected us has ceased functioning. As a result, my personalities have merged into one. So I should be able to provide you with firmer guidance from here on. Getting home may turn out to be a long paddle, but as they say, Captain, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Explain yourself. According to you, a massive wormhole would appear over Mother Base during the battle with XOF.
Forgive me. It would appear I made a miscalculation.
Whatever it was, I have to report this to the section. This isn't the first time you've crossed the line with your initiatives. They're going to come down on you hard, I imagine. Better prepare yourself.
Fine by me. History was changed. Thank you, heroes without names. And thank you, Captain. But this isn't the end. Now it's my turn to fight. I will get you all out of that place. And then I continue to keep watch. To ensure that technology run amok cannot destroy the world again. This time, we will build a better future.